Hey everybody, sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty. The cord got kicked out the wall, so the stream was really choppy. So give me just a moment here. Let me go ahead and see if we can get T and A meazy back on right quick. Let me just go ahead and send them a new link. So yeah, once again, guys, sorry about that. Conversation was really going well, really getting good. It was about to get into some fan questions. So just bear with me for just a moment. Let me go ahead and get these guys pulled back up. And we'll go ahead and try to keep this going. Let's get these guys back on. In the meantime, yeah, kind of like we were talking about in the meantime, just talking about the old shows that they used to do. And like I said, us, as a crew, we were literally all over the place. Looks like I got Mees back on, so let's go ahead and bring him back in.
Yes,
Technical
sir.
difficulty. My bad.
Yeah. No, you good. You
So
good. You
happens.
good. You good.
So happens when you got children running around.
Yeah. See, exactly why I don't have them.
See, I see. I knew I shouldn't have said anything. I knew I shouldn't have
Oh
said
God.
nothing about that. See, so
I was just
you
saying. There
are
go ugly boy.
oh oh ugly boy, ugly boy,
Ugly
huh?
guys here. Finally. All right, we
Are you
good
talking
now.
about you talking about
I'm talking.
you're talking
I'm
about
talking about
Mr.
both.
Cricket, right?
I'm talking about both y'all niggas.
I know you ain't talking about me. You better keep that hat on and them glasses hiding that ugly. You better go on with that.
Hey, listen, they love me.
The
You
best looking
feel me?
friends you got. Don't you ever forget that. Well, yeah. I mean, if I could get down on the mic like you, I would never. Speaking of that, now that I got you back on, I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, yeah. What's up,
I was out in Denver for that week, and I was trying to link up with you, go over to the studio with you, man. What happened? What happened?
bro? Listen, let me tell you like this, my nigga. So I have a studio, right, that I can go to whenever, but I also have a business to run. And if there's clients, then we can't do
Uh huh.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh huh.
the clients come first, the money come first,
Hmm.
and at the time when you was here, we just had too many people paying for some shit, and I'm like, shit, we can't even get in there, bro. That's just kind of how it went down. Like I didn't even have a chance to. You can ask T, like it's kind of been the same thing. Like we was trying to get in the studio all week, bro, and it was kind of like a back and forth type bullshit, but it's just because sometimes the money come first, bro. And if a motherfucker paying for a session, that's more important than me getting my work in. So that was kind of how that went down. Like I wish if you was out here longer, bro, you would have been here. You probably would have been at the session that me and T had. If I'm gonna keep it 100, like
Fair enough.
you ended up leaving and shit right before we did it. So, you know,
All right.
yeah, straight up. But with that being
So let
said,
me
niggas
so
need to
as we
know,
talked
nigga,
about earlier,
get
like in
busy
the
living
beginning
studios. Come
about.
there. Get busy living studios. Book your time now.
So what do you do there? What is your position? Your title position as far as I get busy
You
living
said what?
studios? What is your position over there at Get Busy Living Studios? Are you a director? Are you
So
just
I'm a
helping run sessions? Are you mixing?
nah.
What are
So
we
I'm a
doing?
director. I'm the director. So I'm not the engineer or nothing like that. I'm a director there. So I just oversee things. But I'm an artist first. So like part of like I basically like I'm a director slash artist. So I get to do my thing. But like the big goal for me is to bring other artists to the studio. You know what I'm saying? And being able to use my reach and my influence or whatever to bring other people to the studio and make niggas realize that we got the best engineers in the city. So that's like that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody, so it's a little I don't know, it's hard to break down, you know what I'm saying, specifically exactly what I do because it's not just one thing. But the my role is the director though. So
Okay.
mhm.
Perfect. Perfect. So we already talked to T about this earlier before you jumped on, but what's coming next for you? Do you got a new project in the works? I mean, what can we look forward to outside of you guys putting out your project together? Which I want to make sure I preview early. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, listen, not listen, bro. I First of all, I could just speak for the shit I'm doing on my own. So my shit that I'm doing by
Yeah.
myself, I'm putting out an album later. I'm not gonna tell y'all what the name is, but I'm putting out an album later on this year.
So
And but besides that though, I got a lot of shit coming out with other niggas.
me too.
You know what I'm saying?
This is working, man.
Like I'm talking about like EPs, like whether it's like, you know what I'm saying, something quick,
I
but
got the
you
producers, bro.
you hey, facts, you'll be surprised at how much shit you could do when you got your own studio. You'll be surprised, nigga. And just because it ain't came, that's what I want to tell people is just because it ain't came out, don't mean it ain't coming out. You feel me? We like to
Yeah.
surprise people, so
I'm already
that's the big thing for me. So
my next album's already done. I'm in the mixing process with that,
yeah, see, working.
which he also featured on.
And if I'm gonna be honest,
Goddamn.
I gotta get there's some videos I gotta get done still though, because the
Yeah, me
last thing that I want to do is like dismiss dead ass as if that shit wasn't classic. So I'm gonna
too.
still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still pushing that. But in the meantime, like I gotta work on shit. That's just how it goes in this day and age that we live in. If you ain't doing shit, people forget about you. So we just gotta keep pushing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. So I we got a question here from my brother actually. Why music career? Why music as a career? What made you fall in love with music? Why music?
Hmm.
Well, me personally, I've always been a fan of music, but as far as taking it seriously as a career, I honestly would have never really even pursued it like that had this man not came up to me in class and asked me to get on a song with him. I mean, I was writing little verses and punchlines, but as far as really being a rapper, yeah, I wasn't in my thing like that until he approached me, and I heard myself, and that was the rest is history from there.
Facts. Big facts. I think for me it was just I mean at first it was just I was just doing it just because I liked it, but you know, once we got older it was like I started to realize that it was the way for me to use my voice. Y'all know me personally, like y'all know I'm a talking ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit to say. But like I felt like I said, once I got older, I started to realize that the things that I said people related to. And to realize that like the things that you do influence other people, that shit is like it's an amazing thing to feel because we come from nothing, bro. Niggas didn't care about us about shit. Like if we didn't do this shit, nobody would care about us, bro. Literally. I wouldn't say nobody, but
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. Like nobody would like look at us in
Yeah,
a way of influence, like in the fact that like people look up to me, and I don't know how that would have happened if I didn't make music.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that I don't know. I think it's just God's plan. I don't. That's the best way for me to describe it. Like, I don't know why this shit happened like how it has, bro. Honestly,
well, 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 for you, from what I heard you could have had another outlet, but you kind of chose music, and I heard you were a pretty good
yeah,
football player in high school.
I was alright.
Ah, you was
No,
alright, huh?
I was alright. Nah, but I was just, to be honest with you, I was just naturally good at that. I didn't really put any time or training into it. It was just like something that you just, I was naturally good at sports, but I never really cared about them. That's why I didn't pursue it. Honestly, like
That's why I
my coach, yeah, the
told
same with T. It was one of them things.
music
Like
and shit.
to be honest with you, when I played sports in high school, I only did it so I could stay out of trouble. Because I knew if I didn't play
Yeah,
sports, I would have got bad grades. I would have been in the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gave me something to do after school with my homies. And that was really the only reason why I kept doing it. So even when I got scholarships, it was just like, I'm not about to do that shit. Like, the fuck? I'm gonna end up getting kicked out of school. Like, I ain't shit, nigga, believe me. They would have kicked me out of school, nigga. Real quick. Oh God. So I'm like, this is more of my forte. This is more of my alley.
Yeah, you good. You got a mouthpiece, so yeah, I could definitely respect that. Do you send your people to school, or do you put them on financially? Because my take is school would be better for their future. Was a question from Albino Gonzalez. It was the question he asked right before we had the interruption. So one of your friends want to be put on. What are you doing to help put them on? If anything,
in my case, it would be I would like to put them in a position to make some money
rather than give them money.
Rather than give them money, because that doesn't make sense. You could blow through that money, but if I give you a position in some type of whatever business that I have, that makes more sense. Or I could put you in a position to do what you want to do with your life, but I happen to be able to put you in that position. Like, that's what I would like. Because at the end of the day, like I said, money ain't shit, bro. Unless you can keep making it, it don't mean shit. You're just gonna run through it. So what's the point of me giving you some? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather you be successful. That's how I feel about it.
All right, we got another question from Mario Gonzalez. What artists did you look up to, particularly from Denver?
It's a good question. See, how you feel about that? Looks like his screen is frozen, unless he's just being a weirdo.
He just hit me and said that his stuff keeps freezing.
Okay.
But I'm like, Ark, I told you it's that cricket that he has.
Yeah, facts.
Boost Mobile or something.
This dude ain't paid his phone bill. Looking ass. Nah, but I didn't. To be honest with you, I looked up to my brother who's not on the goddamn phone call right now. Like, that was somebody that definitely pushed me. In Denver, if you talking about in Denver, it was definitely him. I think we made each other better, for sure. Before anybody else even knew who he was, it was me and T, and that's it. So,
and to my understanding, you guys didn't have the best.
The artists, each other. That's all we had.
Facts.
We didn't really know.
And it's funny you say that. Like, really my understanding from you two was that you guys didn't start out as friends. You guys were almost enemies. Y'all just didn't like each other. Is that correct?
Nah,
hell no.
We've always been cool.
Who the fuck you hear that from?
I heard it. Okay. No. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dead that. I'm gonna dead that laugh. I heard that from you, Meazy.
That me and T
you said
cool with each other?
Yeah, when you guys first met, that you guys didn't like each other.
No, I said we weren't friends. Okay, my best friend.
No. Hold up. So I listened to an interview that you did with at the barbershop, Meazy.
The barbershop uncut, yeah.
And I said,
yes.
Me and him grew. Okay, so we've known each other since middle school. My best friend, my best friend's little brother was his best friend. So that's how we knew each other. But we weren't best friends like we are now. That's what I said.
No, yeah, but I from what Meazy said specifically, when we first met, we did not like each other in middle school.
I did not say that no goddamn interview. Did I say that?
I'll send you that clip.
Yeah, please.
So I was like, okay.
No, me and T, like when me and T first met, it's not that we never not liked each other. We just wasn't fucking with each other. That's all it was. It was like, I fucked with other niggas, T fucked with other niggas, but we was still around the same. We was around the same type of people, but we just didn't fuck with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was an older nigga. He was older than me. I was the young nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all it was. It wasn't like no we had beef or some shit. Like, we was mad at each other. Like,
You know, crazy shit like that. Nah. Like
No, I mean, like I said, from what I got, it was never like we had beef. You know, I hated this nigga. I wanted to whoop his ass. Yada yada yada. It was just basically we didn't like each other when we first met. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
now we just wasn't fucking with each other, bro. It was like, to be honest with you, that's why it's so funny how we came up, because like my best friends is T and Javon, and like in middle school where we all met each other, even though I know that like Javon and T probably met each other before that. I believe that's what I was told. Like we all had different friends, bro. We didn't become close until high school. I don't know why, but for whatever reason in high school, we all gravitated towards each other. You know what I'm saying? But in middle school, we just wasn't fucking with each other at all. Like, not even a little bit. It was like we was cool. I knew that nigga. I knew T. I knew Javon. But we didn't fuck with each other, bro. Like, it's weird. But we all gravitated to each other in high school. Like, literally, it's literally, it happened just like that, bro. And it became something after that. So,
how did you guys end up linking up with Josias and all them guys? Because obviously y'all went to South. We were at Adams City, and then some of them ended up going to Kennedy. How did that happen?
yeah, T, you need to answer that. That was T's fault, not mine.
wait, what happened?
He said, "Why? How did we link up with
Say
Josias,
that
bro?
again.
That was you. That was all you. That was not me. I didn't know them niggas
Like,
at all."
so the Josiah's connect happened through a mutual friend, Corey. You know, Corey basically was like, "Yo, I got a homie at school who makes music and stuff, and I've been chopping it up with him, and I told him about you. Y'all need to link up with me." So he like gave me Josiah's number, and I had called him or whatever, and me and Josiah shot the shit for like maybe an hour. So he rapped for me the whole night. And then after that, I basically was telling me, he's like, yo, this like upper echelon like us. Like this dude rap.
Rapping.
He's like a rapper. So fuck with him basically. And we went over there basically that weekend and we made like 2 or 3 songs with him and shit. He was like, I want y'all to basically keep coming with me. He put us on, actually who put us on to doing shows and everything. We wouldn't even be doing shows like that had it not been for him.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I was always curious when you guys started popping up around, because as y'all know, those were the little homies. When we were seniors, they were freshmen, but they were cool. Like Josias was a good dude, you know. Jesse, and we had known his brothers and stuff like that, so he was always kind of around them. But that's when y'all started popping up. But then, like I said, y'all came from South, so we was like, and back then it was like, you know, if you went to Adams City, like, yeah, fuck you if you wasn't here. Fuck you if he was in DPS. Fuck you if he was 4A, 3A, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it was serious. So for that to happen,
high school beef and shit.
Man, I'm telling you, I look back at it and I'm like,
I've known Corey and them forever. So like, how you said Josiah and them were your literal homies, were pretty much my literal homies. So that's basically why Corey was like, I need y'all together. Pretty much, because I know y'all can make some crazy shit together. And as you see, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, my whole thing was, because I remember when T first when he first brought up the idea of us working with them. Like I said, I'm from the East Side, nigga, so I wasn't used to being around niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna just be completely honest, bro, I wasn't around. Like, even though we went to South and there was a bunch of Mexicans I was cool with, I wasn't used to like being around Mexican families, like whole families and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that nigga, he was such a good he was such a dope ass rapper, bro. And then his family just accepted us, bro. It wasn't even like no weird shit. And from that, once I realized that, bro, I didn't even have, there was no other problem for me. I'm like, shit, they family to me too. You know what I'm saying? And it just grew from there, bro. And now there are people that I'll kill a nigga over. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas it's been crazy. Like, it's crazy even now. Like I met you through them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was it was like God's plan. Like, I keep saying that shit, but I swear to God it was, bro. Because there was no reason for, especially the way that my life was going at the time. Like, there was no reason for that to even happen. But I think that meeting Josias and Nate and that nigga Zach, nigga, like, that shit changed everything for us, bro. for real, because they introduced us to doing shows and rapping at a better studio and nigga, you know what I'm saying? And we just grew from there, bro. Like that shit's crazy to think about, bro. For real.
It really is, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell because, like I said, I remember when it was a ritual to see y'all every weekend. Every weekend, whatever was going on, it was a ritual to see the fights. Now the only time I ever see meazy is when I know there's a big fight. I look at my phone and I get a message like, "Yo, you getting the fights?" Listen, yes, bro, I'm getting the fight. No, that's why you text me. I'm getting the fights. You already know that. So, have you guys still been keeping up with fighting, MMA, boxing? You still watching, or are you just just been too busy with the grind and hustle to pay much attention to it? Almost like you used to.
I mean, I pay attention, but I don't know too much to like talk about it like that. Like I watch the fights, but I don't know niggas' names and shit. I don't pay attention like that. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying?
T, you?
I'm be honest as well. I'm keeping up with it. I ain't keeping up with it as much. I mean, I still do, but not like I was back then.
I mean,
in that Mayweather era.
Yeah,
anything, I low key care more about the niggas that I actually know personally that box, like, than I care about the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see them niggas win and get their money. There's a lot of money in that, and them niggas deserve that shit. So I would rather, I'm more into that shit than actually paying attention to people I don't know at this point, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. You how was those experiences that what was the last one you did with us? But I believe, and I was talking to T about it. I think it was the Budweiser Event Center. When I had you walking out.
Well, yeah. That was the last one. The last one that we did together was at was it the Pepsi Center?
No. The one that you guys did together that you walked out was the Budweiser Event Center in Greeley.
No, you remember the one that there was like a UFC match going on that same day too.
Yeah, that was yeah. But I'm talking about performing.
That was the last one.
Yeah, I'm talking about performing.
Oh, instead of just walking out. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was cool. I mean, listen, Benny, my nigga, bro. I fuck with that nigga the long way. So that shit is just an experience, bro. It's just another experience for me. You know, just like the school. It's just, I guess, how shit is supposed to be. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I didn't expect that to happen, but that shit was hella cool though. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's one of the people that I'm talking about. Like I want to see Manny win, bro. I want to see Manny win. I want to see my nigga Misa win too, man. Them is two good dudes I know, and they doing their thing, man. And they good boxers. They deserve that shit. Get that money, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely. T, I had T on one for a little bit, but didn't end up working out too well. He even brought him in for a video. The white boy Johnny. T.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Listen. Let me tell you though. Let me be completely honest with you. Out of every boxer I've ever even worked with or encountered from the amateurs to the professional ranks, Johnny had the most talent and the most upside of everybody. He just lacked the heart when it came down. When it came down to like I gotta dig deep, because people like us, we didn't have that silver spoon. And I don't want to say the silver spoon in a negative light. He was just a little more blessed than most of us. Most of us were. But he didn't have that. He didn't grow up like we did. So when it came down to like having to suck it up, it just didn't end up working out for him. But let me tell you, that kid, that white boy, was one of the most talented fighters I've ever came across. I wish he had that extra thing, because if he did, I promise you, at least by now we may be looking at our third world champion from Denver. He was that talented. So I tried to give both y'all a good one.
When I finally seen him, I was like, oh, okay. All right, bro. I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah, because you look at him, you wouldn't expect
Johnny,
that from a little corny looking white boy.
I wasn't. I wasn't. And yeah, he
No.
surprised the shit out of me. I was like, oh shit. Like knockout though. It wasn't even like he won the fight. He knocked the dude out. I was like, oh damn. Like,
Yeah, it was that dude that
I was
looked
like,
just
you
like
threw,
that
bro.
looked just like meazy.
Got his ass knocked out, huh?
Yeah, man, that was brutal. That was definitely one of the more brutal ones I've seen locally,
Yeah.
anyways.
Now,
Clean, cold.
didn't dude
So
actually come out of town to get beat up that day?
yeah, that dude came from Missouri.
That nigga came from out of town to get beat up.
He came out and got down, bro.
Oh, dude.
I mean, and in the game, like that's how you do. Like we've done that. Like I've taken Manny to people's hometowns to fight him. I did the same thing with Johnny. Took him to Nebraska, to fight other guys. Like in order to get to that next level, when you don't have a millionaire behind you backing you, that's the shit you got to do. It's almost like you guys rapping. Like like in Colorado, like you can't talk about rap. You can't talk about hip hop without saying y'all's names.
Facts.
But then comes a point
unless you're misinformed, my nigga.
See, but there ain't no misinformed now. Like you just can't deny it anymore.
You be surprised. You be surprised, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I feel
really
I feel what yeah, on God, bro. Niggas be sleep, but they either niggas be sleep or niggas just ain't informed, bro. I'm telling you, like a lot of people just don't do their research. If you did your research, you would understand. It's not like you can't talk about Denver without bringing niggas up. It's that simple. It's that simple, nigga. But there's some niggas that think different, so that's cool. But
yeah,
numbers don't lie. Stats don't lie, nigga. Memories don't go away, nigga. Shit happened for real. That's how I have to say.
See, I guess you're right in that aspect because again, like the almost the kids that you have now and the people you have coming up now who actually listen and pay more attention to hip hop are not kids like us, like that we grew up with. You got, you're speaking to almost the younger generation now, and to get through the younger generation with the type of music you guys do is hard because it's not the bubblegum bullshit. You're not just making songs just to make songs. Like there's always been substance to your music. You talking about real life shit, that you've either dealt with or still deal with to this day, rather than a lot of these guys talking about back in the day, like most Denver rappers are talking about gunplay when they never even held a toy gun. Like, and that's why I said. So that's why I'm speaking to a different generation. So I get to where you say, you're not gonna really get that much. You're gonna have them people that's still sleeping.
They sleep. But it's all good though.
Are either you guys working on anything out of out of Denver? I mean, you got anything potentially coming up, other states, things like that?
Man, to be honest with you, bro, I had a whole lot of shit going on before this dumbass lockdown shit happened. So, to be honest with you, it just kind of fucked up the bag a little bit. But it's all good. Like once everything come back, like everything is still planned. It just kind of got postponed, I guess you could say. So, definitely, we talking about shows and networking opportunities and just going to even if it's just like going to a studio out of town, bro. I don't think like niggas don't understand how important shit like that is, and so to answer your question, yes, definitely. There's a bunch of shit, whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I had when I had moved out here,
I had a bunch of shows that I couldn't even fulfill due to everything that happened. So there's a lot of shit coming, bro.
Yep.
And it's just like when I had talked to T when I moved out here, he had sent me some music when I moved out here to El Paso, and I told him that like I had a couple little people that ran a little clubs and shit out here like that that were looking to get some people from out of town, do some shows and shit like that. So that's the reason why I bring that up, because obviously if I'm still here once this pandemic passes, and we can get back to somewhat normal life. Don't cross out coming out here. So I'm going to definitely pass y'all's information over to these cats. And I already know they want to bring you guys out here to do something. So like I said, once this passes through, expect to come out here. Hey,
bro. We with the
Leave your
shit.
women at home if you do.
Yeah. That,
Ah,
with you.
oh my God,
I'm
cuz.
like, you know,
Listen, bro. Listen. I'm all the way with the shit, number one. But I got some people out in Texas, bro. So that's cool with me. I should have been to Texas already. That was one of the plans. So I'm hella with that for sure.
for real, for real.
You
Yeah,
said you in El
most definitely.
Paso?
I ain't never been there
Yeah,
either.
El Paso.
That's dope.
Yeah, I ain't got no people in El Paso. You the only nigga that I got out there, but I got some people.
Listen,
I got some people in
it's,
Dallas and Houston and you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. But El Paso, yeah, that's the first.
yeah,
That's
no.
what's
See,
up.
because it's not many of y'all out here anyways.
Yeah,
So no, but just,
Bro,
there's a lot. You know, a lot of them cats come from the base, from the army base, Fort Bliss.
okay.
You know, so like most of the black folks and shit like that you see out here. Or there's UTEP, which is the university that's literally like maybe 10 minutes
Yep.
from my house.
Yep.
You know, so we got
Mhm.
UTEP out here too. You know, and I don't know if y'all seen Glory Road, right?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the university that's 10 minutes from the house. That's here. So like,
okay.
I mean, that's just crazy to me.
I-
Period. Like I
That's
just
crazy.
love that.
I didn't know UTEP was in El Paso. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's the spot right up there. I mean, I went to my first game and I was like, it was nostalgic to me. You know, I went and visited that old gym that they used to play in, which is actually the rec center now out here. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's nostalgic, and like I said, you know that's one of the places where you know some of the people that I've talked to out here talking about potentially doing stuff. So that would be dope. You know what I'm saying? To get y'all out here to put you straight in the Don Haskins Center. You know, and which that's where they hold all the big events out here. You know,
Okay.
wrestling events. They had that Nick Cannon Wilding Out it was supposed to be here, but this pandemic canceled it. You know, they got a lot of rock concerts that come through here. I think it was Cardi B was out here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but you know, and they always throw a festival out here. I've seen every summer that's downtown. It's almost like a mini Woodstock kind of deal. Kevin Gates was set to headline it this year, but it's something like that, man. If we could if they still do it, because that wasn't supposed to be till like July. You know, something like that is a possibility as well with these people that I've met out here. So, like I said, I'm gonna definitely try to politic and make sure that happens, because I don't get too many people that want to come out here and deliver it, or you know, and visit anyways. So to pull something like that to bring y'all out here would be dope, man. So, you know,
Yeah, that would be.
did
Hey man,
that would be hard.
just keep us posted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially
oh
if we
man,
get
you already know.
the big thing for me is if we can make some bread off of it. So
Yeah,
if we can figure out a way to get some bread too, oh let's do it for sure.
that's the whole point, you know. Like it's not like doing them shows back in the day to sell your tickets to make your little whatever, your little $100 for busting y'all's asses. Like
Shit, if
we're
that.
the point to now. Yeah, if that. See, but we're at a point now to where like most of the shit that we do, it's got to have something to it. There's got to be something that we can get from it, you know, which is what selling point. Like to even have you guys come on here and do this today with me. Like I said, if I could get one person to let you know to hear y'all's music and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, you know, then it was a success for y'all. You know, it was a success for y'all giving me an hour out of your Sunday, you know, to potentially do that, you know. And to me, it's just the love for me, you know, just to be able to have you guys on here, you know, because like I'll have you guys on here, and then I have another MMA fighter on here next week, and then the week after that I got Terrence Crawford coming on.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
So you got to look at where we're going here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a broad spectrum.
That nigga beat,
Everybody's
bro.
gonna do it. Listen,
Elevation.
being out here in Texas, I get so much hate for being a Crawford fan, because the Charlo brothers are out here, and Earl Spence is out here.
He beat niggas the fuck up, nigga. Beat niggas up, bro. That nigga Terrence Crawford is a beat. I know I haven't kept in touch with everybody, but I do know all about Terrence Crawford for sure.
As you should,
Yeah, bro.
as you should. And you know, he has a lot of ties to Colorado too. He does his training camps out in the springs. He's always comes down to Denver. You know, I'm really solid with him. Me and him actually got a bet. We've been trying to work at getting it worked out for about a year to actually do it, but we got a one-on-one bet on the court. He bet me $500 that he would just completely thrash me, and I'm like, bro, Listen to what I tell you.
That
Listen to
nigga
what I
wash
tell you.
your ass. Don't
I
get
ain't
washed,
never,
nigga.
I have, and I will never let another fighter beat me at basketball. I promise you that. Never, never.
Don't get washed, nigga. He might have a, you know what I'm saying? The
That
AI
will,
handles this shit.
that no. And I've seen him play, so I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go online and I can watch him play. You know, he can't go see me play. You know, all he's gonna be is just like he told me. He was like, "Nigga, you too little. I'll just put you down in the post. You ain't gonna touch the ball." I'm like, bro, you're 5'9", and I weigh, and I'm bigger than you. I weigh more than you do. I'm bigger. Like it's not gonna happen. So that's gonna happen too. And again, one thing too, I need some the next albums that that you guys put out and drop. I need to know where I can get some hard copies from. Because I even remember giving some of y'all's hard copies to Ty Lawson when we was really cool and he was out here in Denver, and he was fucking with it too. And like it's a lot. I just figure it's a lot easier to give out these hard copies,
But
that
see,
I keep, that I keep
you one of the random few people that still want it though. You know what I'm saying? In this day and age, motherfuckers
Yeah,
don't be
yeah.
wanting that shit no more, bro. They just everything's digital and shit. They don't. So it's kind of like it almost feel like you wasting your money when you spend it on it
You on
now. You know what I'm
Spotify,
saying?
you on Apple Music. Like I haven't actually had somebody request a hard copy in a minute.
The people will buy it. Other people will buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just a lost art at this point. But
No, you're right.
When I got you, my nigga.
Yeah, it's a heavy investment. Just let me know. Hey, speaking of that, now I've tried twice, Meez. I've tried to order a pair of them shoes twice.
Okay, what happened?
Like the first time, I just didn't get there, and shit was sold out. Which I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
The last time, my order got canceled. Yeah, I get it. Yep. Don't get me started. So then you guys gonna want to put me in the studio, and that's not my forte. I'm most against white rappers or Mexican rappers anyway. So cool. But no, it's true. Like let's just be honest. How many white or Mexican rappers do you know who are actually solid that get respect and make it? Few and far between.
There's a lot more. There's a lot there. I feel like at this point there's probably more white rappers now than there used to be.
Eminem,
for sure.
I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of white rappers now.
I'll give you Eminem. I won't give you Cypress Hill.
I can't say.
I mean,
the only reason why I can't bring up Mexican because I don't know who be Mexican. Like niggas be Mexican and you can't even tell they Mexican type shit. Like I don't fucking know shit. Like they could be
like me. Look like a straight country white boy. But little do you know.
I have to say yes. That's probably the main.
Straight up, nigga. One thing I will say is that nigga Josias was that nigga, and that nigga Josias should be famous right now off some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. That nigga was a motherfucking monster. He was a problem. On God, bro. And he still is.
I was like,
but that, bro, I'm telling you.
Nice as fuck.
Shit. That nigga could have been
nice as fuck.
Like fuck a nigga named Burner, nigga. That
nigga
could have been that nigga.
And it was crazy too. Is I never knew that about Josias. I remember freshman year, he played his freshman year. He was playing basketball on a freshman team, and I was on varsity. Obviously, obviously. Make sure to throw that out there. Y'all just do the rap shit. You get on the court, that's my shit. But
oh, you swear.
But but like it was always cool. Like I never knew he rapped because he was always just a cool kid. Like just the way he talked, the respect that he had. He'd always be like, "Here, Chris, this is my armband that I wore as a freshman because it matched." And he's like, "Here, wear this. All right, give it back to me. Let me wear it." We would like trade shit off like that and stuff. But he was always just so cool. His parents were so respectful, like just so nice, as you said. But I never knew he rapped or even that he could, because I was always a local artist hater. I'll be honest. I hate anything that came out from a local artist. I thought was just the most trash shit ever. It was terrible.
Yeah, you sound like everybody in Denver, man.
But it's true. Like that was just what it was, honestly. Until
this is what we have to
until I met y'all. But it was
exactly what you just
said. But it was until I met y'all. It was until I met y'all, and I've heard both of you guys talk about this. Denver never had a sound. We never had a sound. You know, we had the West Coast with with the way that they had their sound. You know, down south when they came out, the East Coast. We're smack dab in the middle. We didn't have our own identity before you guys came along, and even y'all's boy Trev Rich. Like to this day, like there's nobody you can really speak of who's actually made noise. As a musical artist, let alone just a rapper, and almost put on for us. So it was hate because most of it was trash. Let's just be honest, and it was hate because there was some bitterness and stuff, as I'm sure there still is now. But with these kids now, once you're able to get them on and put them, and let them see, they change their tune a lot quicker than they did back then. I promise you that. But yeah, so I won't keep you guys too much longer. Just a couple more questions. I got a couple more questions in the comments right here. Mario Gonzalez, who actually I do know he makes music too. He's out in New York. He's out in Brooklyn. He wants to post some links for you guys, so I'll definitely do that. While I'm getting these up, let everybody know where they can follow you guys: social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what have you. So anybody new can keep up with you guys.
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Taurean M. Nelson, or just Taurean, that's Taurean. Or you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, my fault, at Taurean_NDE. And that's on both Twitter and Instagram. And my new, that's literally everywhere. Just type in Taurean. I'll pop right up.
Nice. Tell them how to spell your name, nigga. You don't got no regular name.
You said what?
Listen, nah. Listen, I ain't about to let that ride. Get off his back with that, because mine's is the same way. Motherfuckers always like, man, I can never find you. How you spell your name? How you spell your, like, come on, man. T.
My nigga,
leave it.
My nigga's name is Taurean, bro. That's not a regular name, bro. Like he gotta expel it for niggas, bro. I'm sorry, like he has to, bro.
That's just crazy, man. My own grandma used to butcher my name, bro.
And just for anybody who's watching, I got both of their Instagram handles scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So you don't have to listen to him tell you how to spell it. You can obviously see it and spell it out yourself.
Right,
and for everybody on the other pages, I'll post links. I'll post some extra links to your music.
Put it in the chat.
No, I got it. It's already rolling across the bottom of the screen. So I already got you guys' Instagram handles already going. So come on. Meazy, I'm telling you, it's that cricket, man. Put my man on. Get him T-Mobile, Verizon, something. Get him off cricket.
I have T-Mobile.
Get it together, guys. Get it together. I'm like, listen, what I'm gonna say is, nigga, you can find me anywhere under A Meazy, but please put the A space MEAZY. Niggas, please stop putting my shit together. I know on Instagram there's no spaces, obviously, but nigga, my name has a space in it. It's A space MEAZY. Please.
So
you'll find
how
everything.
Are people saying it? Meazy?
Meazy, yeah. Meazy. What the fuck?
You're easy?
Come on, my nigga. God damn, nigga. I'm like, I'd rather a nigga just say Meazy. Just type in Meazy. I guess don't put A with the M. That shit is dumb as fuck. Like, why would I even make my name like that? You know what I'm saying? I'll be having my niggas be doing that shit. I'll be having my homies do that shit. I'm like, my nigga, are you fucking kidding me? So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, you see a lot of the these new rappers' names and the type of bullshit they come up with. So Meazy isn't too far fetched. So it ain't that bad. Just in case. But as he said, A dash is usually a space, but we'll just put a dash for everybody because most people Meazy.
You can put a dash if you want to. Put a dash.
As long as you separate it. As long as you separate it.
Just separate the shit, nigga.
Wherever you do separate.
Quick question, one for each of you guys. Actually, same question for both. Give me each other's favorite project and favorite song off top. First thing that pops in the head.
Favorite project and then favorite song?
Yeah.
ever.
Of
Off
each
the top
other's.
of my head, I say my favorite song ever would probably be "Changes" by Tupac. Off the top of my head, and then favorite project would probably be Dr. Dre, The Chronic 2001. That's mine.
Okay. Now,
That's just me not even thinking about it.
So T, before you answer,
favorite song is
Meazy, what's your
said what?
favorite? What's your favorite project of T's and your favorite song of T's?
My favorite
album is
project
All
of
Eyes on
T's.
Me.
Yes.
My favorite project of T's. Fuck. His Houdini is my favorite because he's getting better. You know. Now his favorite song or my favorite song of his that he's made is Dreamer.
T, same question to you.
Favorite song by me.
That's my favorite song.
I'm gonna have to say my favorite. That's a lot of people's favorite song. That's actually my favorite song that I've ever made. But
nigga, we ain't asking you what's your favorite song of yourself, nigga.
You said what?
We're not asking you what your favorite song of yourself, nigga.
You asked
is the
me
question
what
back? Is the question back on me? You gotta ask. You have to ask T the question now, bro, because I didn't answer mine. I don't think he's confused with his cricket phone.
T, what is your favorite? What is your favorite project that Meazy ever put out, along with your favorite song that Meazy ever did to this day?
My favorite project is Houdini.
One more time. People with cricket in the
room. Yeah. We didn't hear anything you said.
What is your favorite project of his and your favorite song of his?
That's what you said the first time, and y'all was like, "No."
But we didn't hear you, bro.
Little Ugly Boy is the Real Netflix one.
The first one.
And my favorite song by Little Ugly Boy would probably be. Damn, that's tough. Because he has songs within both albums, all of his albums actually, that I like a lot. So,
I'm that guy.
Period would probably be my favorite song.
Period, huh?
Period.
That's funny.
So, my favorite Meazy's album is the Real Ned Flanders one. Favorite song that is probably a go-to. It's really a toss-up to me, and they're two completely different songs, which is crazy. Is Vibes and the E.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Two random songs.
Two random songs. But again,
that's what's up.
Vibes, like that's like that song really, like, you really get the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just fits. Like I get a different feeling like when that shit comes on. Like I just, you know what I mean? And the E, little do you know, yeah, I was from Commerce City, but I spent so much time in the E. I spent so much time in the East Side. Practically grew up there in the East Side, basically from Commerce City. All my homies was from there, like the homies
Commerce City right there.
It is right there, and it's right next door. So everything that you're talking about, and like it hit home to me. So that's why that's one of my favorites. T, obviously, Houdini, and I actually, the title track to my intro and outro video to this podcast is a song by T, off Houdini. Not my favorite song though, as I already said. Favorite song is Dreamers, obviously. Once I get things going, when I get back to Denver, I actually have a studio set up. My cousin has all the equipment because he did his and he just quit doing his podcast. So we're gonna switch everything over to mine. So equipment's gonna be up. I'm gonna be able to do in-person stuff, still online, still through video. But the equipment and the upgrade is gonna be crazy. Once that gets going, I want, hopefully, whatever y'all gonna put out together is put out by then maybe I could just choose something from that. But if not, quick little title track for the podcast as we continue to grow will be much appreciated coming from y'all if it ever gets to that. So just keep that in mind. Something will definitely come up.
Are we working, nigga? Don't even trip.
I know that's right. Shit, well, I won't keep you guys too much longer, man. I know, Meez, you've been sitting in the car for about a little over an hour, and you're usually pretty busy, so you at a standstill, ain't? And
Hey, I literally,
and
I'm
what you like to do.
I'm like literally, I'm sitting outside the place I gotta go to.
I got you,
Niggas
man.
know though.
So
They know what's up. I got shit I gotta do, so it is what it is.
And T, we already know you always at home smoking a blunt. You know, just when I get back from shit. So make sure when I get back, y'all say something.
Being ugly, nigga. Just being an ugly nigga at the crib.
That's how I know y'all are best friends, because I don't really call anybody ugly but my best friends. I'd be like, man, you're just ugly. Get the fuck out.
You already know
me.
Ugly.
And y'all know my best friend. Y'all know my best friend might be one of the ugliest people I know, which is Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, ugly ass nigga.
Oh
he
man,
always been an ugly nigga too.
Yo, quickly, Meez. We went to. I took Drew to a show of yours. He hasn't seen either of you guys perform much. You know, and I'll tell both of you guys why, and I'll keep it 100 with both of you guys as far as to why. But I took him to a show of yours. I believe it was the KS 1075 show, if I'm not mistaken, that you did. You know, and he had seen you guys perform again, and I believe there was another show you were going to, and I was like, "Yo, man, like, are you gonna go? You gonna go check it out?" He's like, "Nah," and I was like, "Why?" He's like, "That's my guys and everything." He's like, "But I didn't like seeing meazy up there with all these dudes that he didn't know, and there was no T at that time, at least up there at that time, and he didn't know anybody else on the stage." And I was like, bro, like, you understand, like, you know, you got to make moves elsewhere and shit. He's like, I get it. He said, I get it. He goes, I do the same shit. He goes, but you'll never see me out with motherfuckers that been rocking with me since day one, type shit. So that was his thing. It was like, listen, he's like, if T's on stage and Meazy's ass ain't the main one that's up there, ain't the one that's right there, even if he ain't doing shit, that you see him sitting right there, I don't want to fuck with it, and vice versa. Like he's saying, like when Meazy was up there and T wasn't there that time, he didn't want to fuck with it. Like it just, so like, I guess I want you to kind of clarify that for me. Like put his mind at ease in a sense, like as far as to like why he would even be thinking that way and why that's still okay. Because me, I mean, I looked at it the same way, but at the same time, I was just like, you know, I get they got to move their own separate ways. But that's just why I started off with the first question talking.
Well, this my thing is, what I'll say on my side is I think this has always been a common misconception, because a lot of people like were used to me and T always being together no matter what, right? And like I don't think that people understand that, like, first of all, life happens. Let's just say that. They don't understand the circumstances. There could have been times that I had a show and T may have been doing something else that day. There could have been a time that I had a show and T is right there. Y'all just don't see that nigga. You know, like whenever there's ever been something major, T has been there, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's facts, bro. Like my biggest shows that I've ever had, where was T at? Right there. Y'all may not have seen it because it was right there every time, no matter what. That's my brother. You get what I'm saying? Like the difference is that
vice versa. You know, I had
like the difference is that me and him became our own artists at one point. And so because of that, there was times that I had a show and T wasn't my hype man. T is his own artist. You know, I don't expect him to always be my hype man now. Because now he is Taurean. He can't be the hype man for meazy now. You get what I'm saying? Like before we used to be, that was okay. Like we have our own brands though. So like I have other niggas for that. You know what I'm saying? And it honestly, it was just a part of you know, you build a brand for yourself, and you get opportunities, and my nigga can't always be in the forefront of every opportunity that I have. That doesn't mean that he's not right there next to me though. That just means that people don't
That's it.
see it like they used to. Like back in the day, everything was me and T all the time because we were a group. Everything was us. But it just, you know what I'm saying?
What's
It just comes with
crazy?
time, and that's it, bro.
That's literally it. He pretty much explained it. Like this is something me and him literally sat in his basement and had conversations about. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna come a point where we're gonna have to venture off and do solo shit. Like we know that we're still a duo at the end of the day, but we know that there's gonna come a point in time where we're gonna have to build our own fan bases, make our own moves, make them, et cetera, et cetera. So it's nothing
Hmm.
like me and him fell out, and, nothing
There
crazy
ain't
like
never been
that.
no
That's still
love
my
lost.
best
Yeah.
Never
friend.
ever, nigga.
Never, ever.
That's we've been brothers since the day that y'all met us until now. Ain't nothing ever
Yeah.
been. There ain't never even been a period of time that me and T weren't like cool. Like, oh, we went through something. Like, no, that's been my brother since day one, and it's
Yeah.
never
I'm like
changed,
this
bro.
nigga.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
is this is this is my daughter's goddad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
Like,
never
it's
no
just
have lost or
like
nothing
I
like
said
that.
at the end of the day, it
Had
was
an
just, bro.
understanding of
Honestly,
it.
like I said earlier in this call, bro. Like me and my nigga made so much shit together and did so much together. Like it was almost like we had to separate to grow. But
Hmm.
again, it's not
I
like
can see that.
we separated in a way where niggas wasn't still together because he was still always
Right.
there. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's so funny that niggas even say that because it's like the biggest show I ever had was Ice Cube show. Who the fuck was right there backstage with me enjoying the moment? T was right there with Javon and all my people. Like, nobody, it's never been no, oh, he's not there. Like, he was always there. It's just he wasn't on stage with me now. Somebody else is doing it. That's it. But he's always right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is vice versa. That's
All
it,
his
bro.
big
Like, literally.
shows for his albums
Literally.
and stuff. I was on them shows. Like we've been on shows together. Everything. Like we just. I think people got
I'm
it
always
messed
there for
up.
him, bro, too.
Just weren't making
Yeah.
so much music anymore together like that. Like he was supposed to be on Houdini. Um, shit, he was on my project before that. My project before
Yep.
Mom. Like it's still relevant shit. Like we just weren't making projects basically, and I think that's what threw a lot of people off.
Yeah, the fact that we weren't making a lot of music together anymore or any music together anymore, I think people thought that we fell out. And that was never the case, bro. Because we're brothers
Right.
before any type of music shit.
So it's
It
never
was
been
never that.
so throughout the 20 plus years y'all been friends, like you said, you've never had any falling outs. So y'all ain't never been brothers to the point to where y'all and this had nothing to do with music. I'm just curious. Y'all ever came to blows? Any fights between y'all? If so, who won? Who got the better hands?
I mean, we've had we've had feuds, but me and him have never been to a point of like literally almost fighting. Me and my nigga Javon have, but me and him have never literally been to a point where it was like I'm about to punch this nigga the fuck out, like for real.
Yeah,
Shit, I have to
never,
catch a
bro.
break,
Out of
bro.
20
Nah,
years of
it's
friendship
never.
and relationship, never.
Not one time, bro. Nah, bro. Me and T's relationship is just different, bro. We don't beef like that. Me and him, we understand each other, bro. It's not. I don't want to make it seem like we always get along or some shit, but like we just, it's just never been like that with us. I don't know. I don't know why. Honestly, it's never been
No,
like
You
that
know what I
though.
think
Like
it
ever.
is, and
Even when we was
I don't think
young,
we
nigga.
play like off the zodiac shit like that. But he's the same sign as my mom. So like me, I could tolerate this nigga like a lot more than a lot of people can. Vice versa.
that's not easy.
So
Hey, fast. I ain't shit, bro. I don't expect niggas to like me, but that's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him and Javon, we the same. We all like it's weird. It's just weird. It's weird how we
yeah,
are, bro. But it's just how it's been, bro. From day one too. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
if
Well,
anything, we'll kill niggas for each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? Before we try
we
to get into a
we
fight with each other.
we've seen that before. So we we all grew up doing that, all in the same circle with each
Yeah,
other too. So let's say we've seen that.
facts,
But
big facts.
so last thing, a little tough. Obviously, y'all are not comfortable with it, cool. If you are, bless us with it. Why don't you each y'all give me a quick little freestyle before we let you guys go. Give me something. I know y'all got something in the bag. Meazy, you always got something in the bag. T, I don't even need to say it.
How we gonna freestyle on a live that keeps like skipping and shit? I'm not about to waste my bars and niggas can't hear me. Bro.
It ain't
That's not about to happen. Like, oh God, though, because y'all niggas, like this whole time.
No. It's skipping on your end.
It's like like what the fuck?
Okay. Do this. Okay. No. Do this for me then. Make me. You get a chance. Make me a quick little. I don't know how to count bars. I don't do all that. Quick little 15, 20 second, whatever little thing. Send it to me just for this, and I'll post it. How about that? When you get a chance.
Easy.
That work?
Easy.
Yeah,
You want to be bars, or you want to be like something catchy, or what you want?
Just bless everybody with something. Whatever you want to do, just do it.
Easy. I got you. That's nothing.
All right. Shit. And just so you know, when the playback comes on this shit, like the little skips, the little pauses and shit like that, they won't be there.
Okay.
The reason that happens is because it's not real time live. There's a delay, so the delay is gonna pause shit when we actually talk. Like when I play this outro video, it's gonna look like shit. But when I actually play the video and you play the video back, the channel back, it's gonna come through like that never happened.
Okay, now that makes sense.
So
I hella thought it was
on that note,
especially with his little cricket phone.
Now that part I can't promise nothing. Listen, cricket was high school, bro. At least Metro PCS, Boost Mobile, something. You know, you got to upgrade. All right,
even get you a little trap phone, my nigga. The trap phone probably works better than that.
Trap phone. My parents got a trap phone. That might get better service there, but. Well, fellas, again, thanks for the time. Meez, get inside, get to work, do what you got to do. Go check on baby girl. Yeah, man. Like I said, I just thank you guys for the time. Sorry about the interruption that we had earlier. But the playback's gonna be dope. I'm gonna stay in contact with you guys.
We appreciate you, brother. Hey, and honestly, like I want to tell you, like, nigga, I really hope everything good with your fam. I know we talked the other day. I hope all that shit I hope it's getting better. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? You like you are a brother. It's not just on some, you know what I'm saying? So I hope everything good with you as well, bro. Like, not just on we rap and you have a podcast. Nah, nigga, this is like real love. So I hope everything good on your side too, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Oh yeah, most definitely. And like I said, and I appreciate that. And like I said, that's the biggest reason I reached out to y'all, because I'm not just a fan. It ain't just because y'all rap. It's because if you've noticed, everybody I've had on here so far and everybody that I will have, I got a personal relationship with in some sort of capacity. And this was never developed to become a big blown up podcast and to do this, that, and the third. I mean, it mainly started because Facebook, everybody posts comments and on some funny shit and it's not recorded, or we have regular conversations and it ain't recorded. And sometimes it's just fun, and we want that out there. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this. I want to just have conversations with folks and just put the shit out there and have some fun. In any other interview y'all had, I guarantee y'all ain't calling each other ugly boy. Y'all ain't just, we ain't just talking just to talk, like based off questions. We just having a conversation. And that's that's what I wanted to get from it, man. And I appreciate, like I said, the love that I sent out, and especially about the fam, about my pops and shit. I appreciate it. And it's all love, man. Don't forget to send me them videos. And again, everybody out there, make sure you follow him on Instagram at meazy, not a meazy. It's a meazy. And at Taurean _NDE. I'm gonna go ahead and play this outro video. Y'all check it out and
somebody told me sleep is the cousin of death. I gotta wake up. So I open my eyes with a dream in the book, I gotta chase him. Struggle makes 100 miles and running feel more like a million. More pressure, I ain't never backing down and letting up, fuck you then